Maria, Maria. All right, we sound good. Buckle up. Got the cost of living. The party just doesn't seem to stop, and I don't think it's going to. And honestly, it's really fucking up my groove and your groove. And this first clip here is something that kind of I've had to experience firsthand with my parents. And unfortunately, a lot of other people are too. It's nice to see people talking about it, but just this clip's going to set the tone. It's going to come full circle here. All right, because one day we will get old, unfortunately. I don't like it. Anyways.
I had the pleasure of doing my 84-year-old mother's taxes today. My mother retired from Kroger after 38 years as an accountant. She draws Social Security and she has a retirement pension. But she had to go back to work to survive about 6 years ago for the community school corporation that we live here in our county. What I didn't know is that her insurance wouldn't cover 40% of a medical procedure that she had to have done, so she took a second mortgage out on her home. I watched her today pay $4,000 on federal and state taxes, even though she's paying Social Security and state and federal on this new job she has, and they take it out of her Social Security check and her retirement check.
Classic.
I watched her pay $4,000 and have $5,300 in her account. You know, this country is going to make sure that the elderly have nothing when they leave this world because they want it all. They want every greedy bit of it. And we're finding out just how greedy and how corrupt our government is right now. Whether you're on one side or the other, look to your grandparents or your parents of age and find out just how hard it is for them to live. I heard all kinds of stories today about how the old days were way much better. My mother used to make $25 a week babysitting and working for the F.W. Woolworth Company, and she bought her first car for $50. We're living in some really crazy times, folks. Shit's got to get fixed because they're going to make sure that the elderly, our parents and our grandparents, have nothing when they leave this world because they want it all.
I know.
Yeah, it's not just a conspiracy. Like, people aren't just out of their minds. And I don't want to get, like, sad here, but past month, my dad's he's basically in hospice now. He's 72, super bad dementia. But for the past 10 years, I'm 35, I have paid his way. He never bounced back when things hit back in like 2008 to 2010. He never bounced back, and he got early dementia. But he would have been just homeless without me, really. And it comes to find out that there's a lot more people that were in my situation. God, I don't want to cry here. The past month, fuck. Then here's the crazy part. I take time off work, and it turns out YouTube's like any other job. Take off too much time, you don't get paid. There's no paid time off. And then when you come back, it's like any other job I had. You give up your shifts, you come back, you got to fucking work for it again. As if you haven't been a loyal employee to your master. Not to get too upsetting, but this is something where it's like, it's kind of fucked up, actually. Anyways, let's really dig deep here, right here. This lady, judgment-free zone. How much money are you guys spending a month? This is all going to make sense at the end here, guys.
Money is like a very taboo topic, so feel free to not answer, but I am just so curious for people who are in their late 20s to early 30s who don't have kids. How much money are you guys spending a month? Not including your rent, because that's so different depending on where you live. Because I look at my credit card every month and I'm like,
all right, let's go into the comments here. I'm 35, no kids. Me and my girlfriend live together. This first comment goes, my husband and I spend roughly $7,500 per month, not including our mortgage. Holy shit. We are 37 and 38 living in Seattle. Wow. Yeah, we spend around $7,000, sometimes less, sometimes more, with me and my lady, with our mortgage. But still, It's still $3,500 each a month, which I guess isn't really that bad. But it's, let's be realistic. Next year, let's ask this question again. See where we're at. No big deal. Anyways, this person goes, I swear I spend $100 every time I leave the house. That's how it feels. It really does feel that way. What do y'all guys be doing spending $5,000 to $7,000 a month, not including rent? I don't know. Yeah, that's a bit much. About $7,000 every month. Yep. Without rent, maybe $5K. Outside of rent, max $1,000. I'm not impulsive and have no kids. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a girlfriend either. No offense, ladies, but they like to do shit. They like to spend money. Not all of them, but the ones I've come across. All right. This person's cheap. $700 just in gas, food, and groceries, a few meals out. All right. Keep moving here. Come on. Go down. Without rent, like $2,500. This person goes, what do you mean? My whole paycheck. That's rich. But that's where it's at. That's where it's fucking at. Anyways.
How the fuck are we supposed to survive in this economy? Genuinely. If anyone has the answer, please let me know.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a few options on how people are doing it. A lot of people are just choosing to say, fuck it, be homeless, live in a car.
I'm homeless, and I get ready for work at the gym. A lot of people don't understand why somebody would choose to be homeless, and honestly, rent was kicking my ass. I was paying $2,000 in household bills, and now I pay $20 for my gym membership.
Classic. And some people are just going full-blown reverse, dude. They're just giving everything up except for their apartment. Like this dude, he goes, my Toyota was actually repoed because I stopped paying the $575 a month. That's a lot, dude, for a Toyota. It was one of the best decisions of my life. But this is a big one right here. RV living. Something I'm actually fascinated on. Like next to van life, I think RV life would be, and I think it's going to be a lot of people's options in the future here if things keep going the way they're going. And I think about this for myself. Like, I know I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing that, and like I make good money and stuff, but dude, this shit's up and down. It's like any other job. It's like you're up, and then all of a sudden you're fucking down. It's like every other job. So this is shit I think about. And that's why I don't raise my bills. I'm living in the same place I was, same bills I've had when I was fucking bartending, you know, and having roommates in my early 30s so that I could cut the cost down, right? But this dude right here, I've lived in an RV park for 7 years. Cheap living solution.
I have been living at this RV park for over 7 years now. This is my particular RV, nothing special. It's a 2007 Cougar. It is a toy hauler. I keep one of my motorcycles in there.
Oh, this guy's next level, though.
And I keep the other motorcycle there. This is my car. This is my truck.
Oh, yeah, this guy's like balling out RV living. I forget. He's going somewhere, though.
And some people, like, don't even have a truck to move their RVs. I know these people right here, I believe, just live in there. It's a couple. They live in there. They don't even have a way to move the RV, but you don't have to worry about that because you can. There's plenty of people that will move your RV for a fee. And that's how I originally moved my RV here. I paid someone to move it to the RV spot, and it's been there ever since.
Oh, so he like started at the bottom. Now he's here. He really did. Like, but think about that. It's a business idea. You got a truck, moving people's RVs for them. Dogs, that's a big one. People don't want kids anymore. Dogs are a big thing. Dog walking services, dog daycare. You know what I mean? Cut the cost of the big places. Something to I just thought about that right now, you know? But this is something that me and my dad, about 8 years ago, we went and looked at RVs for him to live in because I was like, dude, it's not that we can't keep living together, but trying to start your own family or something and you just got your dad there, right? Okay, but this is something people deal with. I'm not alone on this, all right? There's a lot of people out there living with their parents to help pay the bills because they can't possibly pay for both, house and this. But we looked at RVs, not cheap, not fucking cheap. So Although it's a cheap living situation, to get one, though, it's still fucking expensive. They're still really fucking pricey. But here's another way people are surviving. I don't know how people get these kind of credit card limits. Look at this chick's limit. What is that? $15,000 limit, dude. She's got $8,000 on that bitch. This count is a past due. Make payment. She goes, when people ask how I afford my lifestyle, this is just one of my credit cards right now. Yeah, dude. It's not looking good. Anyways, back to this lady.
An email from my insurance broker. Our homeowner's insurance is going up another $1,000. An email from my BG, which is gas and electric in Maryland. It's going up from $372 this month to $612 next month. We have turned on our heat 3 times. Probably 3 times total. And there's fucking snow on the ground.
I'm going to show you.
This is going to make sense. I'm always confused with the electric thing because I live in Florida. So my electric bill is never really more than $300. During the winter, it's like $150. I live in a 3-bedroom. Pretty decent sized house, like 1,400 square feet. And we keep our AC fucking blasting. So, but right here makes sense. This is nuts. Like, this actually kind of pissed me off a little bit.
The craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You ready? This is our electric bill for 1 month.
$1,000.
We live in the beautiful state of Connecticut. Our total supply that we used for the month
Wait for it.
was $236.71. The transmission was $87.01. The local delivery, I don't know how the fuck they deliver it, but we have to pay for it. It's $175.16. And then we have a thing called public benefits. So this is the people who can't pay for their electric bill. And we pay for it. It's $227.76. So I am paying to keep somebody else's lights on. Excuse me, what?
I'm gonna take a hit of that. Are you that's how far gone it is. Maybe it's always been this way. I mean, I get it, EBT, all that shit. Yeah, I guess we are paying for other people's food and stuff, but that is no. If that goes nationwide, I don't know if I could justify that. I'll be living in a fucking RV myself. I don't care how much money I'm making. Like, there comes a point though, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, I don't even want to do it. I don't even feel like how is there escaping this? I think about this all the time. Just go, what do you guys just got to make fucking 10 grand? What do you got to make 10, 15 grand a month for the rest of your life? That's a lot of pressure, dude. That's a lot. Anyways, back to this chick.
You go to the gas station, you fucking spend a fortune filling up your gas. You go to the grocery store, you have 10 items, you spend $400. You walk outside your door, it's another $100 just for you to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
We spend $1,600 a fucking month on childcare for one child.
Yeah, my best friend in the world is like my brother. He just had a kid. Daycare is like criminal, dude. It's insane. And then it's like, it's the classic con. Daycare, that's a big business you can get into. Babysitting kids and dogs, do them both at the same time. Who's offering that? I'm just thinking outside the box here, okay? Trying to think of how to make money, right? But like, this is why people don't. It's like you can't even afford it, dude. Daycare's big business, man. That shit is crazy.
For 3 days a week. How are we expected to save money for retirement, for our kids, for really anything at all?
You don't.
How are we supposed to save money to try to enjoy life? Maybe go on a little vacation every once in a while. When every fucking time you turn around, where they're just fucking us in the ass one more time.
The reason
Just bending you over. Get on in here, Big Daddy. Speaking of people spending money, I do appreciate everybody that bought a shirt, the RLP Classic. I really do. I don't say it enough. It hasn't been that many people, but I really do appreciate it. I really do. I just want to say thank you. Anyways, this guy's the best right here. This one's 1980s to 2025, and he's talking. This is really good. which I'm sure the boomers will understand once he breaks this down. And I'm sure they get it now.
The reason the boomers give us shit about buying luxuries is because back in the 80s, luxuries were expensive, but life was cheap. Now it's been inverted. Our life is expensive, but our luxuries are cheap. So I think this is where the disconnect's happening. For example, in 1980, you could rent a great apartment for $200, but a television would run you $1,000. So if you bought 3 TVs, that would be $3,000. A CD player was $500. A cell phone was $2,000. A personal computer was $2,500, and a microwave was $500. That's $8,500. That is 3.5 years rent on luxuries. And $8,500 was also equivalent to a 20% down payment on a $40,000 home. So it was.
Jesus Christ, that's your down payment, $8,500. Now, to be fair, $200 a month in rent, you could be only making $1,000 a month, right? So, but it's still only a fifth of your income. Yeah, smoke on that.
It's irresponsible if you didn't budget correctly to buy all these luxuries because it could be holding you back. But today, it's flipped. Our biggest luxury is our rent for $2,000. We can now buy 3 televisions for $600. We have a Spotify account, cell phone for $1,000. You can get a computer for $500, a microwave for $200. That's about $2,400 a month. So our luxuries.
You could buy that every month, and that's all you would spend. That's hilarious.
Is about 1 month's rent, where theirs was 3.5 years rent. And if you want to put this onto a down payment, even if you took the average home of $420, let's bring it down to just $320,000. A 20% down payment on that is $64,000. So if you gave up all those luxuries, you would
you would still be short $61,000. That's the best, dude.
would still owe like $61,000.
Not to mention, too, like, my mom passed away, and before she passed away, she had lost her job. She was struggling. Now I had to pay for both parents. I hate to open up to you guys. The last month's just been just fucked. It rains, it pours. No big deal. You got to keep going. You got to keep showing up to work. No big deal. But this is something here that I've been noticing. People's mortgages are just shooting up. Like this lady's went from $4,500 to $6,000, right? Taxes, insurance, all that bullshit. This is happening to a lot of people. And this happened to me too, right? Like my house now, HOA and mortgage, everything combined was $1,050. I know, it sounds low, right? Well, now it's basically $1,800 a month. And I know that's low. I get that. That's why I'm staying put. That's why I'm still here. Because it almost doesn't make sense for me to move, right? It's like the golden handcuffs. You're so lucky, dude. I know, but I'm still like everybody else. Like, I'm still, if you're in a good spot, you're still stuck. So I'm fortunate enough that this isn't my situation right here. But this is something that previous generations never dealt with until now. Now they're dealing with it, which is going to make sense about the guy in the very beginning with his 84-year-old mother. This is all going to come back around. She'll be coming around that mountain. Dang.
If you're between the ages of 25 and 34 in America, moving out of your parents' home or in-laws' home is on hold. Now here is by state the percentage of young adults ages 25 to 34 living with their parents. California, 26.5%. Crazy. If you look at DC.
Yeah, so basically all the states on the bottom where the cost of living's high. Florida and Cali are big ones. New York's a huge one. Now, I'm willing to bet in the next 5 to 10 years, if things keep going the way they're going, this is going to go way the fuck up. And not even just kids living with their parents. My dad lived with me for 10 years. Not the other way around. But I would still be in that statistic, I'm sure, because it would look that way. But there's a lot of fucking people, and they may not talk about it. It's hard to talk about. I've been putting it off. But I have to still show up to work, so I'm just going to be honest. I've been fucking going through it. Just like a lot of people have. Mine's reversed, though. I don't even have parents. But a lot of people are going to have to. What are you going to do? Just not take care of them? Help them out? I don't think most people are that cold-blooded. But it's just crazy to see. Like, I think this number is going to go way the fuck up. So, you know, people who are worried about living with their parents and you're 30, dude, join the club. And guess what? In 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, you might have to fucking help them. They might have to live with you. Yeah. Cool thing is, though, is when you tell a chick that you're taking care of your parents, you're taking care of your dad, you know what I mean? They're almost like, oh my God, he's such a good man. So you could use that on him, too. Take that home with you.
The job market's pretty good there, so it's low, about 7.8%. Here it is a little bigger, 21.8% in New York, 26% in Jersey, 21% in Connecticut. If you're living with your parents right now, what's your goal? Is your goal to save for a home? Is your goal just to save some money? I'm curious.
Because I'm curious. Why? Some people just don't know, though. Some people just, they got it. They're living great. They're doing fantastic. Like nothing, they're out there. They just, nothing ever goes wrong. They make a shit ton of money, you know. Unfortunately, my life's not been that easy. I've had great moments, but it's been just up and fucking down all the time. And I'm just like, help. Anyways, full circle here. It's all going to make sense.
I'm sorry to continue to cuss, and I'm sorry that I'm being aggressive, but I'm so frustrated, and I know I'm not the only one. Like, this is not the life that I want for my children. I don't want my kids to have to hear, oh yeah, sorry, we can't do that vacation this year because, you know, money's tight. It's really fucking unfortunate. I know I sound really fucking ungrateful right now, and I hate that. I truly hate it. But there comes a point where people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Having to redo a budget every fucking month, it feels like, because you can't get a grasp on what things are actually going to cost when every month there's a new price increase. I know as Americans, we have been fortunate enough to have a lot more freedoms than other countries, and I am unbelievably grateful for that. But this just doesn't feel like the American dream anymore. It doesn't. I know for the majority of us, it feels like you're drowning. Something's got to give.
Yeah, it's fun. And they go, why is everybody so stressed out all the time? You know, I have moments, I'll have weeks, months even, where I'm cool, dude. I'm like, life is great. And then one little hiccup, right? God forbid you lose your fucking job. We haven't even talked about that. Lord knows I've been there. I used to work at a restaurant once, showed up for work, closed. They didn't bother to tell us. No big deal. Good for them, right? But this is something where it's like, dude, it's fucking stressful. And I hate to be so down in this episode. But like, for instance, I'm just going to say it for the last time just to get it off my chest. And I might talk about it more. But I got a parent on a deathbed. My last parent. He's been mentally gone for quite a while, but... And I can't even seem to really function. You know what I mean? Like, I lost, when my mother died 5 years ago, 6 years ago now, I took time off work. And when I went back, I worked at a restaurant. I got punished for taking time off work for a dead parent. I couldn't even focus, dude. Now, I think I escaped that. And that's shame on me for even thinking that. I take time off. I come back. And it's almost... it's kind of crazy. It's kind of fucked up. And I really do feel for everybody. Because I go through it. I've been going through it. Sometimes I talk about it. But like... I try and keep it fun. Keep it light. Keep it loose. But the truth is, I fucking worry about this stuff. I really do. I really fucking do. Anyways, once again, shout out to everybody who bought a shirt. I appreciate everybody that's been around. And, you know, a lesson we learned today is work every day. Never take a day off or you will be punished. And you probably, it's just kind of crazy, dude. It's no longer a conspiracy. It really isn't. Like, I don't, who fucking knows, dude? Whatever. Just work every day. Just fucking work. Anyways, check out the second channel or don't. I gotta go to the hospital. Fuck.